specifically trying to recreate a city in 1968 is a huge challenge. Obviously, with an older city, you've got a lot of existing reference. You've got architecture, you've got things that are still hanging around from, 1800s, 1900s. Where I think we spent an incredible amount of time being diligent is in getting all of the little details right. I think it was easier for us to sort of adapt the city, ignore the stuff that was built later and craft that, but it's down to things like, well, is the font on the road markings correct? What color did they use for the road markings? It's a city that still basically has the remnants of segregation, so that signage is everywhere. And it's really, really important that with those kind of things that are so integral to sort of the through line of Lincoln's character and his story and the immersion of the player, that we get those right and we nail those. It is a fictional city, but that's really the only thing I want people to understand, that it's fictional. Everything else needs to have that sort of authenticity and realism.
The things that really stand out and kind of scream New Orleans in the game are, again, areas like the French Ward in our game, which is inspired by the French Quarter, and the small mansions packed side by side like you might see in the Garden District. But a lot of it also just comes from the people that you see in the different areas that you go to, and the music. And then for me, nothing I think speaks more to the late 60s than some of the cars and the vehicles, So we really tried to take inspiration from a wide variety of cars from the time period, and look at the various archetypes that were popular. So we still have some of the big, kind of sedans, but we also have sports cars, we have muscle cars, and they're all our own creations, but players should be able to look at those and say, okay, they really captured the feel of the muscle cars of the era.
I hope the players, once they start the game, they boot the game for the first time and they spend even just 5 or 10 minutes in the game, I hope that they just feel like they're there, like they're in New Bordeaux in 1968, and I hope that they stay there for the entire experience. We've worked so hard to make you feel like you're immersed in that world from minute one of the game. I just hope people get lost in that.